Hello. Hello, everyone. I need to shift this room around a little bit. I'm glad always when I make these rooms and design these rooms, I think, oh, I should have put it in the other mode and I should have rearranged it a little bit different. But anyway, we're going to do the session here. I have a friend here with me.
Hello.
Hello. Some of you may recognize Heather. From OMUB Baby, that's our kind of sister business. We have a essential oils business, and we have just come up with this brilliant idea to do the wellness spa and introduce you guys to a way of taking care of you. And we're going to do other things inside it, but today's session is particularly about essential oils and introducing you to the Essential Oils for Virtual Assistants, which is a book that you can find inside the swag bag for free. And we're just going to talk a little bit about that now and just kind of have a chat. You can ask questions and we'll see how it goes. Nice to see you here, Martha, Cheryl, Anna, Nikki, Connie. Yay, all these people. Jennifer, nice to see you. Welcome, Ken. Okay, so today we're going to talk about these essential oils, and I've created this wellness spa inside the virtual co-working space because obviously if you've been here throughout the day, you would have seen that we did different presentations and different sessions inside this area, and we talked about all kinds of things from business to travel as nomads. We've done book club, we've done mindset, we've done all kinds of things because all of these things are relating to the virtual assistant and the success of the virtual assistant as well. Now, what we're doing inside the wellness spa is once a month we are going to have a session in here where you can come with your woes. Your troubles. With your woes and your troubles, and you'll see what kind of woes and troubles I have when we go through this book. But always when I have some sort of issue or problem, I always say to Heather, what oil is for this, or what can we do with this, or is there an oil for this? And she helps me out. But we're also going to be introducing other things into this space as well. It's not just going to be about essential oils. I've lined people up who are in the area of EFT, which is tapping. What's the full?
Emotional freedom technique.
Emotional freedom technique. So if anyone is kind of aware of that, it's kind of like where people do tapping on temples and parts of their face and shoulders and neck, and it's to release limiting beliefs, that type of thing, things that are holding them back. It could also help you with gaining more confidence and kind of doing that type of thing, so that's going to help. Also, I want to get Gina in to do there's somebody who does breathing and breath work and things like that,
yoga and stuff.
So kind of think of this space as a place where we take care of you.
It's all about self-care, isn't it? Because it's so easy to get swept up in work, especially when you're self-employed, working from home, sat in front of the computer, deadlines to meet. It's easy to forget about yourself. So it's about putting that self-care in place to make sure you're okay. Because if you're not okay and you can't work, well, I don't think you get paid.
Exactly. Yeah. So when we're out of commission, and this is so important, the most important thing when you're working for yourself is to take care of yourself. It's like you've got to really take that very seriously. And as a mum of 5 myself, I honestly didn't for a long time. I mean, I found myself health-wise in a very bad place probably about, I would say, 6 or so years into my VA business. I'd had a few kids, and I literally had not cared about my health whatsoever. And during that time as well, there was a period of time I was living in Italy, and I was drinking so much wine. They had these like big 3-litre bottles of wine, and I would drink a lot, and I would cook a lot in Italy. There was a lot of pasta. I gained a lot of weight. It was just a bad scene. But I was working very, very long hours because it was a time when we were very busy in the business, and it was a time when I really, really worked my socks off. Just because I'm a workaholic in general, but I didn't really pay attention very much to what it was doing to me on a physical level or an emotional level, and how it was impacting the quality of my life at that time. So then I kind of went on a health kick, and I would say it's a health kick. It was more kind of like a lifestyle change. Yeah, a lifestyle change. And I started to really study and look at things like nutrition and just generally self-care, whether it be mentally, emotionally, physically. I was thinking to myself, if I keep going along this direction, you know, I'm not going to be going very far. So I wanted to make changes. And you pick things up along the way that you're super into. You know, I really got into rebounding, just like a little trampoline. I still do my little trampoline, my bouncing. And, you know, that was very...
Juicing as well.
Yeah, and I totally got into juicing. I started off with like a 30-day juice fast, and I kind of went into doing regular juicing after that. So there's a lot of things I've been into to kind of help course correct myself and feel better. And you absolutely do notice your energy levels changing, how you feel changing, how you wake up in the morning changing, how you go to bed at night, and the quality of your sleep changing. And it's absolutely worth investing a little bit of time, a little bit of energy into making sure you're okay.
But it's about being proactive and not reactive, because when you get sick, you kind of react and take things to make you feel better. But it's about putting strategies and routines in place to stop you getting sick.
Yeah.
In your line of work, you don't have time to be sick. You can't afford to be sick. You'll miss that contract. Nobody's giving you sick pay. So it's so important to be proactive with your self-care and your health.
Yeah, definitely. So this wellness room or wellness spa inside virtual co-working space is something that we're going to be kind of doing a thing where we can bring people in and bring things in. And obviously, if you guys do anything yourself that's relating to this, you know, or you do some kind of activity, or you have something that is particularly centered around self-care that you want to share with other virtual assistants, we would love to invite you to come and tell us about it and tell people about it. But for today, we wanted to introduce you to the oils. Okay, so we have a website called OMUB.com. Inside the swag bag, you may have already gone there and downloaded this free book, but we wanted to show you this version of it to kind of talk you through some of the very common things that I use essential oils for as a virtual assistant, and things that really, really help me on a daily basis. We talked about this the other day, but the peppermint thing, I think someone, oh no, I thought someone stolen my peppermint. But this is such a very simple thing, but a very good thing. So I have this bottle of peppermint that I keep on my desk. Now, with the kids and stuff, you tend to get a lot of congestion, a lot of colds, that type of thing. And like, it was like the other day, I had this really like minging cold. It was horrible. And I had a lot of consults to do that day, and I had to make some videos. And, you know, I do a lot of stuff on camera with clients and things like that. And I needed a way to be able to breathe, because otherwise you sound pretty awful. So literally, I just put this, and in fact you can do it without a cold. It's nice just to,
it's amazing. So, you know,
refresh yourself, especially if you've been in the office all day, or the cloffice. I'm in a cloffice. And I just kind of put a few drops in my hands and just kind of breathe it in and inhale it in. It's all natural, and it really just kind of like refresh you and make you feel better. And then as soon as I started doing that, I started thinking, what else can I do with these things, you know, to help me in my business? And I'm going to talk you through a few of those things now. Heather is here because she is the one that comes up with everything comes up with all the solutions to my problems.
Oh, if only that was true.
Not all my problems, obviously, but certainly anything, like, you know, centered around this. So because she's here as a solutions person, I thought it would be nice to introduce you to her. You'll see her in the festival tomorrow and the day after, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because we're doing a couple of sessions about the oils, but we wanted to just introduce you in here to my signature book.
So Michelle and I sat together and we talked about what VAs do. what kind of issues, what problems they come up with, and what they face on a day-to-day basis. So we're looking at making this kit totally all about Michelle and totally VA related. So everything that can help her in life. So she's sharing this one with you.
Yeah, and we had loads actually.
It was hard to narrow it down.
Yeah, we had to narrow it down and really pick out some things which are really, you know, sort of classic that I was thinking to myself, okay, well, if there were other people like me out there, they would have the same issues. So basically, if you're interested in anything inside this book, you can go to omupbaby.com/oils. Heather can do a consultation with you if you are interested in the oils or want to ask her about anything about the oils, and you can book the consultation there as well. So that's a free consultation. If any of this sparks your interest, I'm really not the oils person. I'm the problem person, and Heather is the oils person. So she's the best person to talk to about that. So this book, it really is about me and what I wanted to use as a virtual assistant to kind of help me in my day. And we kind of made an accumulation of all that. And if you haven't seen it or you don't know, these are little bottles of doTERRA essential oils. So like this one here. I've got quite a collection now. Thanks to
bottles
Heather.
of magic.
They are little bottles of joy, I call them.
That's a nice one.
Joyful. And they do so many different things. It's just unfathomable. I mean, obviously we're talking about them for virtual assistants, but I use them with the kids. You can use them with pets. You can use them for work. I've got a husband who's a kite surfing instructor, so we're using it for
lots of
muscle things and sport things. So yeah,
I use them in cooking all the time.
Cooking, well,
don't get Michelle's cocktails.
We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll talk about that's coming. But if you're interested as well, you can scan this area and you can also go and find out how and where to get the oils. But like I say, if you want to talk to Heather, that's fine too. So inside this book, we've got something I've called power bottles, which are roller bottles. I think I've got one up there, but we can. Is there one in there? In that box?
No.
Oh, maybe it's dropped down. I was going to show you one.
There's a little one, yes.
Oh, yeah. So this is a little roller bottle, and I call these little power bottles because you can put things in them and do loads of different things, like put them on the temples. I even use one for perfume.
Because one oil on its own is great, but when you mix them together, when you combine them, you can create absolutely phenomenal things.
Yeah.
So these roller bottles are great because you've pre-diluted them so they're suitable for everyone, and you've mixed together a combination of the oils.
Yeah.
And they just sit in your pocket.
But if you're sat at a desk or going out to work in a cafe or something like that, you can stick this in your handbag, leave it on your desk. It's like fairly inoffensive.
Yeah, it's not very practical to take like 4 little bottles of oils and sit there pouring them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice and handy.
Okay, so we've got a power bottle for creativity and energy because I do a lot of projects which require a lot of energy and a lot of creativity, hence the name. Also headache. I do get screen headaches quite a lot, particularly if I've had a really long day in front of the screen. I do tend to get screen headaches.
You get screen headache, but also like tension headache from being on the computer and sitting there all day.
Yeah.
Coming from your neck, you must get headaches.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you're forgetting to hydrate, I bet you also get dehydration headache.
Yes, that's true. I do not drink enough water. I should. So there's that. So we've got a roller bottle for that, and also I don't like taking paracetamol and things like that. Like to me, it's a last resort. And then we've got one for focus because obviously VAs we have to focus a lot, particularly on the computer and things like that. So the next thing we've got is the diffuser blends. So I don't have a diffuser. Oh, I do.
You do.
I have a little office diffuser here. Excuse me. But that was a treat. So we've got this little diffuser. This is my little office diffuser. Oh look, you can see it's coming out there. Isn't it cool?
These are nice for the office, the little ones, and they're charged by USB.
Yeah, I just love it.
Perfect for a little office.
So you can. I charge it in the computer, and I just put blends in there. So you can get like a little office diffuser or a normal diffuser, and I've got ones in there for glued to the computer, meeting new clients, energizing your workflow, morning mindset, which we'll get to that in a second, but it's relating to one of the rooms here. Calm and focus and work shine. So that's the diffuser, and that is my office diffuser. And I use the blends inside there. And then the second thing, or the third thing, sorry, is little rituals. So I have these little rituals. I really like to keep a clean office. You wouldn't think after the disaster I had today in here, I've literally been throwing things around and getting next session and So it definitely needs a good clean up. But there's a screen cleaner that you can use, and I really don't like using chemicals either. So the screen cleaner is nice because it's chemical free. And then there's the aching muscles massage oil, which is an equivalent. You can actually, it's a full massage oil.
Yeah.
So, you know, get your husband or wife essentially to help you out. Or you can just, like, you know, if you get like carpal tunnel syndrome and things like that, or just like aching hands. Sometimes when I've been sat like in click position, I call it click position all the time, you know, like moving the mouse around. It's like it can really affect your hands. You can rub it into your hands, and then there's the facial spritz as well. So like if you want to refresh yourself before a consultation call or doing a video or something like that, you can
just so you're feeling really exhausted and like, you know, when you hit the wall or like the screen and you're just thinking, oh, I need a way, just to totally refreshen up.
Yeah.
Lift you, just energize you. The facial spray is great for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we've got take a break. So these are our recipes, and I'm actually going to walk you through these recipes and all this book right now. So take a break is about, you know, coffee, cocktails, food, that sort of thing.
You were quite specific with what you wanted in this.
Yeah.
Like, I need coffee to get through life. I juice every day. I think it's fantastic. It's really changed my life. You know, I like a gin. Mm-hmm. So she was very specific about what she wanted in this, and then we just found a way to oil it up.
Yeah, absolutely. So these are my essential go-tos, or essential oil go-tos as a virtual assistant. So the power bottles are in here. And again, they're very simple recipes. All you need is these little bottles, some fractionated coconut oil, and then we've got 4 bottles, for example, inside the Creative and Energy Roller. And then we've got the headache tension one, which again is just 4 oils, but it really, really makes a difference. They really, really do work. And I do not like go and reach, and it's also good for the kids too. I don't like, you know, if any of my kids say I've got a headache or something like that, I really don't like giving them paracetamol.
Well, we're going to talk about this tomorrow actually, and look at some really simple headache techniques and things you can use the oils for tomorrow.
Oh, great. And then there's the focus one. Again, it's just 4 oils and really super simple. And all you do is put the fractionated coconut oil in with the oils and job done.
Then it's pre-diluted, because with some of the essential oils, they need to be diluted. Some people, you know, might have sensitive skin, so if you're diluting them, one, it makes your oils go further, which is great, because then if you're looking at price per drop, they're really cost effective. Yeah. Actually, they generally work out cheaper than loading yourself up with paracetamol or Relief or anything like that. Yeah. But then they're diluted, so they're nice and gentle on the skin, and you can just pick them up and you're ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Then we'll move into our take a break. So the first thing I wanted in there was bulletproof coffee. I love bulletproof coffee because I do like a sort of low carby type of diet, I suppose. I try not to eat a lot of carbs. I love carbs. Love them. But I try not to spoil that for you. So the bulletproof coffee is a good one, and that vanilla is incredible. I put it in my coffee. I put it in all kinds of things. Amazing. It's just fantastic. So that's made with vanilla. And then the vodka and cherry grapefruit cooler. I love how Martha's put a camera on at this stage because
all the cocktails.
Let's get into this one. Okay, so then we've got this cooler, which is cherries and vodka. I do like vodka because, again, there's no carbs in vodka.
There was a bit more kind of method in my madness with this one, because cherries are full of melatonin, so actually they help you sleep better. Now, I think if you're staring at the screen all day, it might be quite hard to wind down, quite hard to come away from it and go to sleep. So the cherries was a really good one. Obviously, it's fresh, it's nice and fruity, but it's really good for you to have that deep quality sleep. Yeah. So there was a bit more method in my madness with that one. Yeah. The only thing you need to watch with the grapefruit is if anyone's got high cholesterol, not to have grapefruit.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there.
Another thing I want to throw out there with the grapefruit is I specifically asked for it because it is my favourite oil. Grapefruit is my favourite oil. I don't know why I love it. I put it in water. I make these little shots, like in the morning, and I put turmeric oil, ginger oil, lemon oil, and grapefruit oil in this little shot and down it. It's fantastic. I can't explain to you. If you're looking for like
a power boost,
a boost,
that's complete immunity cover. It's going to give you your vitamins. just a whole energizing boost.
Yeah, and I'm really all about convenience. I like a lot of convenience in my life, and this is also why I like the oils, because it's super convenient.
You know, to juice fruits and blend them and blitz them. It's just drop, drop, drop.
Yeah, so I was looking about these turmeric and lemon and ginger shots and the health benefits and things like that, and I just thought, I can't be bothered to grate the ginger, stir the turmeric in, and squeeze the lemon. I mean, I'm lazy when it comes to that type of
See
stuff.
if you get that turmeric on you, boy, does it stain! Not the oil, the real stuff.
Yeah, it does. You go
orange. Yellow fingernails.
Yeah. So now I just drop the oils in, and I've got my shot. It's brilliant. So I love grapefruit. The next thing is anti-inflammatory green juice. I do find that when I've been sat in the chair for a long time, you do kind of just feel very inflamed. Just, being sat down for too long. I really want to get one of those stand-up desks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
With walking pad?
No.
Too far.
On a treadmill. Yeah.
That's all the rage these days. You see people in their walking pads.
I do like the stand-up desks. I do feel like I sit down too much. But this green juice is really great. It's very cleansing and very detoxing. And again, it's got the ginger in and the lemon, which I love. So I have it in the green juice and I have it in the shots. It's just fantastic.
Physically, these oils are amazing for you, but there's a whole load of other emotional and spiritual aspects to them as well. So the lemon's really cleansing, not only physically, but energetically. So it's good to take in the morning, clear all that negativity away, get rid of that inner voice in your head that's in your ear, and it's really good to set you up.
Yeah. We're going to talk more about this as we go through. And then also we've got the sesame ginger salad dressing. It's so convenient and great. I love to eat a lot of salad, but I don't necessarily just love the taste of lettuce on its own. As you do, but when you make this thing, you just keep it in the fridge, and then it encourages me to eat healthier, because rather than think, I'll go and eat a sandwich or something like that, or noodles. My kids love noodles. I really need to get them off those. But if you make this salad dressing up, it forces you kind of like, well, I'll make the salad and I'll just pour some dressing. Yeah, it's convenience food, but healthy convenience food. And this one has got some different oils in it, but ginger is the base of that one. And again, I love ginger. So
the good thing with these is that you can mix and match. So you could say, oh, I like it a bit more zingy. And you could throw some lemon oil in there. Or you could add some grapefruit. We've made these recipes, but you can actually play around with them a little bit more. I
use the lemon all the time, because when I buy lemons, they tend to just kind of not get used sometimes.
The lemons here are like this size, they're like little limes, and they shrivel up quite quickly.
They do, they go dry quite quickly. But instead now in everything, when I make tzatziki, I put it in water. I use this lemon oil in everything. Anything that has lemons in it, I use the lemon oil as a substitute, and I think it's better. I do. Yeah. That's just me. Then we have the gin. So we had to have a gin drink in here. I'm a very big fan of gin. Again, it's carb-free. So we've got watermelon and lime gin fizz. I love watermelons and I love limes. So that's in here. So it's the lime oil again, and it's like you can't get limes here actually.
No, you can't.
You can find them like imported ones, which are super expensive. So when you can't get hold of something, it's just fantastic to have a little bottle of it, and it's coming from the actual fruit. So that's another, after dinner, after work drink.
Yeah, that's a kick back and relax.
Or at work drink if you're working in the evenings and, you want to sort of make it better. I don't know.
You think you've earned it.
Yeah. I do often, I work late a lot, because sometimes I have to wait till the kids have gone to bed. If I've got something to finish, I'll come in the office in the evening. And, when you can bring a nice drink in with you or something like that, a refreshing drink, it makes it just a little bit easier,
Yeah, this is a really nice refreshing one. And instead of having to squeeze a couple of lemons, a couple of limes, it's just a couple of drops.
Yeah, put the lime in. And again, you can use that in dips. I put it in guacamole. I put it in so many things. And then we've got cranberry and lemon energy balls. Again, these are really super simple.
I love the energy balls, because I know sometimes it's hard to drag yourself away from the computer. you're back to back with calls, you've got loads of stuff going on. These are great to just have sitting on your desk, and when you feel that blood sugar level dropping, just to pop a Powerball in.
Yeah, and again, it will prevent you from reaching for the things that you don't really want to reach for.
Yeah, because otherwise you finish and you're like, okay, I've had a hard day and I haven't eaten.
Yeah, and also you can batch make these, and I think they freeze quite well.
Yeah, pop them in the freezer.
Yeah.
Just take a couple out for that day and sit them on your desk and you're good to go.
Yeah. And then we move on to the diffuser blends. So like we were talking about earlier, like you can get a little office diffuser like this, or you can get a larger diffuser for a larger space. I only have a tiny office, my little office, which is kind of like tucked away from the rest of the house. And I love it in here, actually. It's just like my little...
It's a little safe haven, a little safe space, isn't it? Yeah,
my little room. So I diffuse glued to the computer. So there's descriptions on all of these diffuser blends. I'm a little bit conscious of time, so I'll keep these short. But obviously, go and download this, or come and watch it in. Come and take a look at it in the room. You can go full screen if you want to here, with this bit here. But great for meeting new clients. If you want, a boost to confidence. If you're about to meet a new client and you want to kind of like, I strongly believe in setting the tone and setting the mood for things. And I do like these blends for that reason.
But also smells, they have a real memory. I mean, sometimes you'll smell something and it'll take you back to when you were 6 years old in some random place. So kind of programming yourself with these positive scents. It's like, okay, now I'm ready to go, ready to work. Oh, right, this is a new client smell. So it's really good to keep changing it. Yeah,
absolutely. We've got energizing workflow, so things in here for energy, to give you that boost, just to help you feel better generally. And especially, I don't know whether you were in the UK, but when I used to work in the UK, and I used to see it like all grey and miserable outside and things like that, it really used to affect me.
Yeah, and you come into work and it's dark, and you leave work and it's still dark.
Yeah, I'm sure I had that seasonal affective disorder or something.
Sad, yeah.
Yeah, because it really did affect me, and I think having this in the UK, which I didn't have when I lived there 20 years ago, would have been really helpful and really good, particularly like if you live somewhere where the weather isn't great. I think this is like super helpful. Then we got our morning mindset. So those of you who are in the morning mindset room this morning would have noticed that we did our daily accountability practice in there, and I named this a morning mindset. So I do think this is the best diffuser blend for doing the morning mindset and doing the visualization and thinking about your goals and kind of getting yourself prepared and ready for the day. So put this one on when you're in virtual co-working space doing the morning sessions. And then we've got calm and focus, because who doesn't need a bit of that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And I need that more than most with 5 kids and 3 pets. And then we've got work time for our digital nomads. So I have to have something travel-y in there. We obviously work in the sun. I'm not using much in the classroom. Heather's a teacher, by the way, by trade. So we've got that one too. So if you want to stick on a bit of sunshine in your office, you can do that. And then we've got our rituals finally. So we've got our screen cleaner, which is such simple ingredients, but it does a brilliant job.
Thing is, if you're sitting by your computer all day, the last thing you want is it covered in chemicals. So you're touching them with your fingers, and it's absorbing into your skin. We need to try and get away from all this toxic overload.
Yeah, inhaling it as well.
Yeah, inhaling it, touching it, all sorts of stuff. There's so many chemicals out there that we have no control over. And at least by doing these tiny little changes within your home, gives you back a little bit of control and tries to get rid of some toxic overload.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's cheaper, much cheaper too.
Much cheaper, yeah, than buying the chemical products. And also, you only have like, I mean, if we go back to that one, that little bottle of lime, you could make...
Well, there's 250 drops in that bottle.
Yeah.
And there's 5 drops in the recipe.
Yeah.
So that bottle's going to last you forever.
Unless you put it in cocktails and other things, obviously.
Still going to last a long time.
And then you've got the aching muscles mash. See, this is me. This is me all day. This picture is literally me, but blonde.
But this is something you can keep by your desk, and if you're like, I'm just getting achy, you can just rub it on quickly, or like you say, turn it into more of a proper massage.
Yeah, but also I have a baby. I have a 1-year-old, so I'm often carrying the baby a lot, and I feel it, on the shoulder and things like that. And you often have to sit in awkward positions with her. So that's really good. And then we've got the energizing facial spritz recipe, which smells divine, by the way. Some really lovely smelling oils in there. And again, refresh yourself. Do it when you're feeling sluggish. Do it when you need a boost of energy. You know, spritz your face, throw an energy ball in.
Yeah, that'll proper get you on the go. Wakens you up and revitalizes you.
So this is just gonna, I think it makes me a better VA, having these bottles of oil in my life. It really does. I think it does. And it certainly helps me to get through some of the daily challenges that occur as a virtual assistant, working in the office, sitting down all day, having a lot of issues in terms of like posture issues and things like that, you know, like it's really, really helpful. So this is our wellness spa. This is where we will be every month. Heather will be joining me, so that'll be fun. But we'll also, like I say, be joining with other special guests, other people who do things specifically for people who have sit-down jobs or work remotely. And it's just a kind of place where we can get together and kind of brainstorm and take care of you. And if there's something, like I said at the beginning, in particular that you think will be helpful for other virtual assistants in this space in terms of self-care, then you can also share those too. We'd love you to do that. So we are now at 6:30. In 15 minutes, we've got our final session of the day. We're heading over to the cocktail bar. I am not doing a kind of formal anything session for this. It's just kind of a place where we can all go and get together. I'm probably going to leave my office now because all my kiddos are at home at this time in the evening. So I'm going to transition onto my laptop for that. And if you guys have any questions about today, about the sessions today, anything that you want to ask, anything that I haven't covered that you wanted to cover today, this final session is your opportunity and your chance to kind of participate and do that. So if anything has been missed, if you missed any of the sessions and you wanted to specifically ask something, this is the only open day inside Virtual Co-working Space that we're doing. If you want to join Virtual Co-working Space and become a member, I would definitely encourage you to do it now before the price goes up after the 7th when we close off the festival. So I would love to invite you in here. I'd love to invite you to join. But for now, we will see you in about 15 minutes inside the cocktail bar area where I'm going to go and get a drink after today. Yes, I am. It's a glass of wine. It's wine o'clock time.
And what do you put in your wine?
I put oil in my wine.
Yeah,
I do. It's brilliant. I tell you, pour a glass of white wine. Bergamot oil is I love that. And lemon in the wine too. And particularly if you've not got like a really super good quality wine and it's a little bit acidy, you know, sometimes wine you get like a little bit of acid.
I get like instant heartburn, like pure burning. As I'm drinking, I can feel it burning.
Yeah, I feel so sorry for you about that.
I know, but if I put 2 drops of lemon in, nothing.
Yeah, she always. I saw you in Clubhouse once and you put that. I'd get your little bottle
Take it out with me
in the restaurant.
She's roofing herself or something, and get a couple of drops of lemon in, and honestly, no heartburn.
She takes those oils everywhere.
I do. I just love them.
So anyway, I'll see you over there shortly. I'm transitioning onto the laptop, so I may or may not have my camera on, but I'll certainly be around. And if you want to ask me any questions in there, now is your chance. Or if you just want to summarize and kind of chill out and hang out with us, then you're more than welcome. So thank you so much. I'll see you there in 15 minutes. Bye.